Today we're going to have a look at the Couture Creations clear casting resin. In the box you will get a part B, part A, some mixing cups and stirrers. Other important things to have around when you are using resin is to have some gloves. You need some protective eyewear and make sure that you are working in a well ventilated area. So with the resin to create with resin, you'll need some molds, some silicone molds. There are lots of different YouTube videos that I've been watching, and they have plastic coated trays that they make their own resin trays out of, and then any kind of pigment powders or alcohol inks to colour the resin to create your molds. So this is a 1-to-1 mixing ratio of part A and part B. Can be coloured with alcohol inks or pigments, cured to a rigid, durable, crystal clear resin. So it says on the back that it will solidify within 10 minutes, but it cures overnight to allow the evacuation of air before the final product. So you'll need to leave it to harden overnight. It can be used in molds for jewelry, decorations, tableware, ornaments, and more. So there's lots and lots of things you can do with resin. Today, however, we are going to use just some small silicone molds just to see how they turn out, see how it works, have a play. So to get started, it's important to measure how much volume you are going to need of your resin to mix to create, to fill these molds. And what is recommended is that you fill your molds with water and then tip that out into a measuring cup to measure in mils how much volume you would need. And the resin is a little thicker than water, so you may need a little less, but make sure that your molds are completely dry when using them because resin does not like water. So let's have a play. We'll figure out how this all works, measure this out, and we'll have a bigger cup to mix and pour. Paper cups work really well because you can bend the top of the cup to create a spout to pour your mixture into the molds. But just have a bit of fun with it and see what comes about. The molds have been curing overnight and are much harder. So these ones are pretty much done. And what I did was actually, that one's the full one. And then while it was still curing and soft, I cut this one in half just to see how it would turn out. And it has worked really, really well. And same with the heart here. Now this was the drip roll that I created. And some of the sides are still a little soft. And you'll need probably the rest of the day to cure completely. It's interesting how the bowl even takes all the crinkles of the glad wrap that were over the plate. So there you go, a bit of fun with resin.